turn right. Drive east, then turn right. In 500 feet, turn right onto Lee Boulevard. Turn right onto Lee Boulevard.
Okay. Looks like these guys are getting done. All right, welcome in, guys. Hey, Joey, welcome in. Yeah, we got a... This is my broadcast here, prelude to a championship. We've got the two teams going Friday, or Thursday and Friday, tomorrow and Friday. And today, where are we today? Well, I'm in Shelbyville right now, so that's where I'm at, and just dashing for a couple of hours. And we're also going to have that $50 drawing tonight for the 210 that Penn State made on.
Turn right onto State Route 44.
On Sunday. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Right now I've got a DoorDash in my car that I'm taking to an apartment complex. So that's where we're going right now. I had a $10 Uber earlier. All right, so let's go ahead and go over here. But my topic for the day is, we always talk about March Madness. But, my question to that, especially with things that have gone on, this month, especially in the gig community, March Madness, what is it really? I mean, it's not just about the NCAA tournament or any other type of, spring break or any of that kind of thing. This is the type of month that they say, well, in like a lion, in like a lion, out like a lamb, but sometimes it could be in like a lion, out like a lion, or it just, and apparently this month that seems like that's the case. It's been a very chaotic month, to say the least. And there's just been so many that have been affected by the decisions and things that have happened this month. And especially those in the gig community that have gone through some troubling times in this month, especially with there are those that have lost family members, lost jobs, lost homes, and this is just stuff that needs to be talked about, guys. I mean, I just really think that it is. Especially with, what's going on, that we all know what's going on, whether some think it's necessary and some that don't. It's affecting everybody. And there's a lot of stress out there. As you can see on my thumbnail, the 4.19, the gas price, that's what it is here. It could be different in other places. Some places it's over 5, some over 6. And in California, some over 7. Hey, Vicky, welcome in. Yeah. And as a hatter, well, yeah. But I mean, leaving the politics out of it, if we can, it's not just about that. Because we all know that when we go from winter to spring, we're getting into
turn left onto Amos Road.
And for those that, want to think about, they want to go the astrological way, they say, well, we're going from water to fire. Okay, well, so, that's, if you believe that kind of thing, then, I guess that's that's kind of what it is for you. I mean, it makes sense, but yet, like I said, you're going from winter to spring. It's almost, the same thing. Yeah. So it's kind of that way. And what happens when that happens? Look at all the weather stuff we've had this year, especially this month. Look at all the storms. Now there's possibility of storms tomorrow in some places. And that's why I said, at the very beginning of the year and the end of last year, if you're not prepared, who knows what's going to happen. And I just, this has just been on my heart for the longest time to kind of discuss this. I thought about making a video on it, and in some instance I still might. Hey, Ma, welcome in. Appreciate it, Ma.
Turn right onto Lewis North.
But we're just in times right now to which it's the unknown, and it's being taught that we're not supposed to get along anymore, when it should be the other way around. We should learn to get along and learn to respect one another. Even though there's differences, there are ways we might be able to settle those differences without enormous conflict. And I know we can do it.
In 400 feet, turn left onto Addison Boulevard.
But it's just, this has just been something that's so pressing. I mean, March Madness just isn't about college basketball. It's about, when a month, you have a month like this, I mean, especially with the losses that these people have had, and
1107 Flat Rock Drive.
That's why I say prepare, because you don't know what's around the corner, because you don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. Chuck Norris found that out. He didn't have a tomorrow. And he was one of the best, one that you could watch, very respectable. And it was sad to see that.
1107 Flat Rock Drive.
All right, I gotta drop this off here.
USA is on the right.
I can't park up there, so I'm gonna have to park here. So, all right. Well, let me go drop this off, and I'll be right back. Okay, after dropping that off, it's $17 we got right now. Okay. We're overwhelmed with blatant negative intentionally put in the universe that certain individuals can fill their greed need. And that's exactly what I want to, that's exactly where I was going, Ma. That's exactly where I was going. As you can see on my thumbnail there, I've got something on the table that's right next to my microphone. Something that causes a lot of negativity when someone picks one of those up and reads it. I don't read those anymore. A long time ago, I used to deliver those. All right, 2 items, but where's it going? Well, could be worse, I guess. I take the $8. Hey, Rising Light, welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, it's an Aldi order. It's only a couple of items. It's only 2 items, so it's not going to be that long.
Drive west on Lewis Creek Lane.
Okay.
Then turn right onto Addison Boulevard.
Okay, well, every time I do a shop, then I have to turn Uber off, so that's what I'll do.
In 400 feet, turn left onto Amos Road.
I don't really care for that. I don't really care for where this is going, really, because I was just out there not too long ago with another order, with the Uber order I had. Okay. What's he like? Why that? What's your son? Your son. Okay. But anyway, like Mom was saying, the newspaper, like I said, the newspaper and, a lot of the news anymore, it used to be back when I was growing up, they would always try to find some positive things to say. Because the news broadcasters back then didn't want to, bring bad news to anybody. They wanted to talk about good things. Well, somehow that changed. And now all they want to talk about is the bad things. All they want to do is stir up the pot so that, they get ratings. That's all it is. That's all it is anymore. And we kind of got to get away from that. And with the universe, and when she's talking about greed, when Ma's talking about greed,
quarter mile, turn right onto State Road 44.
There are those, that are prying upon, on those, especially the good and hard workers. They want to take from those good workers instead of rewarding them. Hence what happened to me back in 2012. I had the best job that I could have, retired on. I could have maybe gone another 10, 15 years doing that job. It was exercise. You got overtime with it. It was awesome. One of the best jobs I could ever have. But what the company came in and what they do, they said that their numbers were down. I don't know whether that was true or not, but they said that the numbers were down. And what they wanted to do, and I was on vacation at the time. I was taking a 2-week vacation, and at the very start of my vacation, the very start of it, the debate was on as to what the company was going to do with the workers. They said to both of the unions, this is what we have to do. We have to take $2 an hour away from the workers in order to make ends meet. Well, one of the unions, said yes on it, but the union that I was involved with said absolutely not. And they said that, you either keep it the way it is or you close the doors, because we weren't going to budge. And so lo and behold, what they do, they close the doors. So I come back from vacation and I get a text from one of my coworkers saying, don't bother returning because the doors are closed for good.
In a half mile.
What a nice homecoming.
To Progress Parkway.
What a nice homecoming. Come home from vacation and no job. So my question is, now what? And this is why I say, guys, and I bring this up all the time because, you can't always take things for granted. You could be here today, you said you have a job today and tomorrow you don't. And one of those, so you're talking about Penn State, okay, which is in the finals. They're going on Friday. One of the gig tubers that I follow, Sally D's Reality, well, her husband went through that just recently, lost his job. Was it unexpected? Yes. You think you're sailing along and it's here today, gone tomorrow.
Turn left onto Progress Parkway.
Was I prepared for what happened to me? No, I wasn't. I didn't have a backup plan. I thought I was going to do that job for good because it was a job that, that would always be around because it had to deal with, food and drink products. And I thought, yeah, I was going to retire on this and get a pretty big pension. Well, the rug was taken right out from under me after I came back from my vacation. And I had no backup plan. So, needless to say, because I didn't have a backup plan, no skills or anything like that, it took me forever to find a decent job to do.
Turn left onto Range Road.
I couldn't find anything. I even had a caseworker, and my caseworker couldn't believe that I couldn't find a job. It took that long because I didn't have skills that I needed. Nobody was going to hire me because I didn't have enough skills. I may have had some experience in some things, but they needed something else, and they couldn't hire me unless I had it.
In 70 feet, 20
And a lot of them
9695
wanted a
East
college
Road.
degree. Well, I didn't have a
Shelbyville,
college
Indiana
degree.
46176.
So,
USA will be on the left. Drive
yeah.
west, then turn right.
That's why I say, you cannot take things for granted, guys. You just can't. And if you don't have a backup plan, if you're not prepared, which I wasn't, then it all goes downhill from there. Because from there, because I couldn't find a job, I lost my apartment and I had no place to go. Ended up homeless. The only thing that I had to my name was a 2000. The only thing I had to my name was a 2009 Plymouth Voyager. That was the only thing I had to my name. Yep. Always have so many backup plans. So you have to. Hey, welcome in, Victor. I appreciate it. Cheeseburger, you're an electrician. You got it. Electricians, they make good money. And where I work at Cheeseburger, we need electricians. So, all right, let me go and get these 2 items real quick, and I'll be right back. at all. Just not sure I like where this is going though. All right, there's that. Okay. Chips Not Chunks, are you at the Goodwill? No, this isn't. No, this across there is Walmart. I'm here at Aldi. Just did a small little shopping order at Aldi. Okay. So I'm kind of going close to where I was earlier with the Uber order. So yeah, that was real easy because all they wanted was a couple of just two things of milk and one other thing. So that was not that bad. It's just you have to get, because the milk is heavy, and they want everything bagged. Well, I had to get a couple of I had to double bag everything. So hopefully they'll be okay with me getting 4 bags. I mean, there was one time I had a customer that asked me, why so many bags? I said, well, the reason why is because I want to make it easier for you to carry your stuff in. I don't want you to have one bag and then have it not, and have stuff fall over everywhere, because I don't do that. Yeah. But that's good. Somebody has so many backup plans. Well, you need to. And that's with anything. It doesn't matter what it is. With a job, if you're making some kind of plans to do something, well, you never know what's going to show up. Like if you're going on vacation, if for some reason something might happen, what's your backup plan? What's your next place? Yeah. There are those that are just don't know what their next move is. And with the way things are going right now, you kind of need to know what your next move is. Because don't get caught, like I did. I'm going on vacation and come back and find out I have no job. So, all right.
Drive northeast on State Road 44, then turn right onto Progress Parkway. Drive southwest on State Road 44, then turn left.
Okay.
Turn left, then turn left.
Okay, so I'm going up here. Marines and Army Mom, welcome in. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're just doing a little prelude to the championship here. We've got in the background, I got the 2 teams that are in the finals. Tomorrow
600 feet,
is Ohio State and Friday is Penn State. But today I'm just getting some things, that have been on my heart for over this last month, especially with some things that I've heard from recent gig tubers. And I've always mentioned about preparation, because this is the year of preparation. And we're in times right now to where if you're not prepared, then it could go downhill very quickly, just like it did with me. I mean, food delivery is good income, but if you're full, better have a few apps. That's, brother, I said, I'm hoping that I hear from Spark. I want Spark back. I mean, not back, but I've never had it. But I would like to get on it. I would like to be able to add to the income. See, that's why I'm glad that I have the W-2 that I have. But knowing that I do this, then, this is basically, my backup. And it is. And I know there are those that do full-time gig work. I mean, they have Spark. I mean, it's all they do. They don't have any, other income. But then again, yesterday, you talk about March Madness. I've heard from, I saw on all kinds of posts and saw on some of the YouTube channels, especially some of the replays that I've done or videos that have said the DoorDash app glitched big time yesterday. And there was probably lost money, lost time with that. And if one of those apps is what you're, if that's really all you do, well, you lost money on that yesterday. You need Uber, you need, Spark and all that. I'm trying to get it, but Spark, I don't have it yet. I still have yet to get in it. You do it full time, yeah. Well, and here's the good thing about doing it. Being an independent contractor, you can come and go whenever you please. If you don't feel like working that day, you don't have to. You don't have a boss, jumping up and down or points that you get for not showing up. You show up when you feel like it. with a W-2. No issues with DoorDash yesterday. Worked great. Well, there was a lot that had it. I mean, Chuck, he from Dashing Across America, the only reason why I have a channel today, he did that on his. And there were a couple of those that commented on that video we put out today, that said that they had issues too. Maybe it was the area they were in or something. There were several reports of glitches on DoorDash yesterday. Several reports, not just Chuck. There were others, and it made me think. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. That I didn't dash yesterday. That I was at my W-2. I mean, these days you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, and everyone basically now is saying, the unknown, prepare now. I said that at the very beginning of the year. I said that at the end of last year. This is the time to do it. Have game plans in play. I mean, prepare yourself for, you don't want certain things to go on, and you don't want to, prepare for worse situations. But you got to have backup plans in place, because I was caught without a backup plan, and I just went straight downhill from there. And I said I would never do that again. No one should have to go through what I went through. No one. Let me tell you, it was, I said being homeless in 2013, that was the most humbling experience that I ever had to endure. And it was all because I didn't have the skills I needed to do anything else. I had no idea that job was going to be gone in a snap of a finger. I was blindsided by it. I had no idea it was going to happen that fast. Come back from vacation, I had no job. So, and because I was on vacation for 2 weeks, I wasn't going to get a paycheck for the week before. I was at zero right there. Zero. So, what do you do? Well, you file for unemployment, but how long does it take you to get unemployment? 21 days. 21 days. So you're sitting 21 days with zero, with a goose egg. And it's like, well, what do I got to do? So at least I was lucky enough that I had a savings. And I had to dip into that, and it was all gone within about 6 months, especially with having to wait. All because I didn't have a backup plan. Nobody was hiring. Nobody. And there was no way that at that time I was taking, because of the money that I was making, there was no way that I was being a $7.25 ham and egg. It wasn't going to happen. And even my caseworker said I didn't have to do that. That I didn't have to stoop that low. But then when the federal benefits, they took those away, at least the place where I was staying at, being homeless, they sent me to a place that helps that kind of thing. And I ended up getting and they finally ended up getting me a job. And slowly but surely, I got out of that. But it was the biggest uphill climb you'd ever seen. The biggest uphill climb. Because the theme for me in 2013 was broken wings, because that's exactly what I had. Couldn't fly, couldn't do nothing. That was the theme. And in January 1st of 2014, I just sat down. I got to play the song from Howard Jones, Things Can Only Get Better, because it has to. And it did. Money started building up, started getting things again. And had it not been for me having that Plymouth Voyager, it was paid off. That was the only thing that saved me at that point, was that. That's why I say, guys, don't let, if you have a vehicle that you're paying on, make the payments on time if you can. Because the sooner you pay that off, you get in a position like I was, that'd be your saving grace right there. If you had no other options. I didn't have any other options because I didn't have a family. Yes, I had my daughter, but she was, with her mom still, for the fact that she was still in high school. So she couldn't help me.
In a half mile, turn right onto East 500 South.
But I'm just saying, it can happen any month. But March Madness, it's been nothing but mad this whole month for a lot of people. It just has been.
Turn right onto
We can't
East
just
500
look at
South.
March Madness just about
Continue
just
for 2
about
miles.
basketball or playoffs of any kind. We can't just look at it that way. You have to look at March as a whole to say that anything can happen. Watch out, squirrel. And we need to be prepared. And now there's more weather coming. I've seen more snow this year than I've seen in a long time. More reports of tornadoes, high winds, and it's devastating. It's better to be prepared and not have anything happen than to have something happen and not be prepared. That's one of the things that I do about this community, this gig community that we're in. This community that I've been in has been more helpful in many ways than most of the people that I've hung around throughout my entire 59 years. The place that I am, they say, that's Hoosier hospitality. That's long gone. It's not Hoosier hospitality anymore. Saying this stuff, guys, because I don't want any. With some of the losses of of those that I follow, losing family members. Same thing. Nurture your relationships while you can, with any family members, whatever. And if you're at odds with them, try to figure out ways to where you can reconcile, because some of the gig tours that I follow, their family member was here one day, gone the next. Don't let that happen to you. Don't let that happen to you before you don't get a chance to say to them, I wish that I would have said this. Take the time now, because you never know. I don't enjoy seeing anyone go through lots of suffering, because when it comes to losing family members, it was March 1982 when I lost one of my most important family members, my dad.
In a quarter mile, 5141 South Columbus Road, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176, USA will be on the right.
And let me tell you, that was one of the most devastating things ever. Starting high school, it was at a time when I needed him the most.
5141 South Columbus Road, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176, USA is on the right.
Oh, so I went up here. Okay. Yep. All right. Right here. Okay. All right. All right. I'll be right back. All right, very easy. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's what I was saying. It's losing family, losing jobs, losing family members. Of course, for me, when I mentioned earlier that I lost a home, well, there's a particular, there's gig tubers I also follow that also lost their home. I mean, one day, everything is fine and dandy, and then the next thing you know, they have a notice that you got to move within a certain period of time, unexpectedly. Did they have a backup plan? I don't know, but if they didn't, they had to scramble around and get one real quick. That's why I say, guys, when it comes to your bills and things, and you just figure out ways to get it to where you don't get yourself caught up with no backup plan and no way to get around. Because I've been there. I know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like. 2013, I know exactly what it's like. All of a sudden, you got to pack up and move, all because of some split decision. What next? This stuff is on my heart, guys, and the reason why it's on my heart is I don't want to see anybody go through this. I don't. We're in times to where you don't know what's going to happen. And I don't want to see anyone go through this. It's hard enough to see these that I follow go through this stuff. And it affects me because I've been there. When you see others go through it and you've been there yourself, you have some idea, that is. Because you don't know exactly what they're going through, but you have some idea what they're going through. Can't relate to it in the way to which they're doing it, possibly. But I have some idea as to what it's like. And that's why I say, and Sally, it's Sally D's reality. She's the same way. We think the same way. We don't want to see those suffer out there. So if there's opportunities to find ways to keep you from suffering and to keep you from going through all these heartaches, we're there for you. And during the Penn State Dash, I'm definitely going to be recommending her channel the whole entire day. Because it's not just about all those different things. There's losses. There's also losses when it comes to relationships. Because anymore, I see on social media and see it all the time, that relationships are no longer, working because what's being taught, it's in the newspaper, it's on, you see, in the television shows and movies that are watched, and in the music lyrics, and in a lot of the novels that are read. It's inadvertently taught, especially on social media too. It's inadvertently taught. There's posts about this all the time. Especially if you're married or you're in a serious relationship. It's okay to have your cake and eat it too. I'm not happy with where I am, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And, I said, this person is my backup plan in case this other person doesn't work out and all that kind of thing. That's being taught, guys, and that needs to be untaught. Okay? Because that's the wrong way to have a backup plan. You're doing the backup plan backwards. And another reason that I recommend Sally is because she and her husband have been married 40 years. 40. How many relationships do you see last 40 years? How many? How the app's treating you? Fair. I've only been out since 5 o'clock. I made, I made 12 on Uber. I've made 14 here. So, it's not terrible, but yeah. It's only Wednesday. I'm not expecting anything. The big deal is tomorrow and Friday. That's the big deal. And I'm just only going to do this until 8 o'clock, and then I'm going to draw for the $50 to see who wins that $50. But I'm just getting some things that have been on my heart kind of out there. So, because of some of the things that I've seen and a lot of these gig tubers have gone through. And I'm just trying to express in my way to where, that March Madness just isn't about basketball. It's about everyday life. Yeah, it was terrible for you today. I'm hoping it'll be better for you tomorrow. Yeah, well, did you have to suffer through any kind of glitch yesterday? You only made $81? That's with Spark. Yeah, that's slow. But wait a minute. But spring break. That could have something to do with it. Is spring break in the area where you're at? If it is, that might have something to do with it. Because I thought when I first started on Sunday, with the Penn State Dash on Sunday, it was pretty slow at the very beginning. Yesterday, yeah. Oh, okay. But then all of a sudden it started picking up. Probably because the basketball tournament was going on in the afternoon. That's when it started picking up. That Kroger order just before I left Columbus, those 3 orders from Kroger, that pretty much turned the tide for them. That was the stepping stone that changed the whole complexity of that dash, was those 3 orders right there. And then they just built upon that, going to Shelbyville and finishing up there. But I just pictured myself, did a little something different with the thumbnail and put myself, behind the microphone, because that's what I've always wanted to do. That's the thing I've always wanted to do. Not about getting the spotlight or anything like that, because I took that class in high school. It was the best class I ever had. Because I knew that was a job that I could do that was in my zone in. But you had to have a college degree. And that's the only reason why I couldn't do it, was because you have to have a college degree. College is so expensive these days. I'm still paying on the student loans I've had from way back then. And we're talking 1987. Still paying on student loans from 1987. How many years is that? 35, something like that? 45? Or, I don't know, 39, something like that. 39, yeah. 39 years. Because I thought I was going to graduate from college and be able to get the job that I wanted to do. No, something happened. Something that I had to hurry up and get a different backup plan, because my mother got sick with lung cancer. There was no other family, just me. I had to drop out of college to go take care of her. Just when you think. Okay. Hey, what's going on there? Yeah. Who gave me a who was it that gave me a gift membership, Eric? I got a thing that said I'm a member of your channel now. I appreciate whoever did that. And I'm definitely going to give him a shout out as to who it was that did that. Yeah, they deserve a shout out from me. I certainly appreciate that. I really do. Because, it was Sean White. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to. All right. I will. I'll definitely give him a shout out. I definitely will. Yeah, I will. I'll give him a shout out on that. I certainly appreciate that. And next month, and I can't wait for it, probably within maybe the next 3 weeks, I'm supposed to go back to the job that I used to do before they did this rebuild stuff, and then I can start watching you guys again. Oh, okay. All right, well, but still, I still need to thank him for that, though. I still do. I mean, that's the least I can do. And that's why I say, guys, this is the time, to not just be individual. What we got here? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Back to Aldi again. But it's only 4 miles this time. All right, we'll take it. It's 8 items.
Drive north on Progress Parkway for 1 mile.
That's all right. I mean, shopping orders, it's okay. I mean, I'd rather, it's better to have a shopping order than to just sit here at zero. I was resting most of the day from my W-2. That's why I say they're doing this rebuild, and there's a lot of cleaning and painting and all kinds of things that we're doing there. And that's basically what we're doing right now until they get all of this. That's why I can't have a phone on the floor or do all those, or do like I used to do before. That's why I can't watch you guys like I used to right now until that gets done. Then once that's done, and I had to go back to the job that I did have prior to that, then I'll be able to do that again. Because I'll be doing a job to where I'll have in between times to recheck that, to where I'll be able to start watching you guys
turn
again.
left onto Range Road.
Because I miss it. I mean, I miss keeping up with everybody. Because I can't have a phone on the floor at my W-2. I'm missing out on a lot of stuff, and I really am. And then I'm just hearing, watching from posts and things about so and so went through this and so went through this, and and I'm not able to comment on it because I didn't see it prior to that. I mean, it's kind of devastating, and I see all this. That's the reason why I made this, was because there are those that have been, through some suffering times here this month. That's why I came on to discuss this. That March Madness isn't just about basketball. It's about other things too. Hey, Dahlia Quillas? Yeah, okay. You've been on my thing before. I appreciate it.
Turn left onto Range Road.
Yeah.
Then turn left.
I'm going to be gone for a few minutes here, guys, while I go and do this quick 8-item shopping order. So.
Turn left.
Okay.
In 400 feet, turn right. Turn
Yeah,
right.
8 items
Then,
for
in
$8.
2695 East
Okay.
Range Road, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the left.
Sorry, birds,
Drive
I got to
west,
take this
Then
spot.
turn right.
All right. Let's see, getting a quarter. Yep, got it right there. All right. Shouldn't be long, guys. I'll be right back. It's only 8 items. All right. Yeah, the shopping orders, they've had everything. Like it better. Hey, Corey, welcome in. Yeah, just got through doing. Seems like every time you come in, Corey, I'm shopping or something. It seems like that all the time. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just had to go and do that shopping real quick. Okay. I'm trying to remember where this is. I think it's up north. I rarely go to this street name. I think I've been to it like once. All right. Okay. Where are we going today?
Drive southeast on Range Road, then turn right onto Progress Parkway.
All right. Trying to remember where
Continue
this
for
is.
2 miles.
Oh, okay. It's up in there. All right. Yeah, that's not a bad shopping order at all. Usually, only there's something they don't have, but able to find 2 shopping orders and found everything so far. Well, we are going to do the $50 drawing at 8 o'clock, so we will do that. And I also want to check on something, you know, if somehow I do end up going to the other side of town over there, I do want to check on something because it is after spring. I got to see if it's on yet. Because I would love to be able to do the drawing there. Because it's a place you can go if your stress level's at a level to where it needs to be lowered. Definitely something you can watch, and it'll lower your stress level very quickly. I mean, for a Wednesday, it's not bad for money-wise. Not bad. But there will be other contests, especially one in particular tomorrow that I will reveal, that I really would love to see happen, especially on the day that it would happen. So stay tuned for that one. I'm getting a little bit of a sunset here. I mean, not quite yet, but close. That's Fran's thing. And of course, tomorrow also, could that play a role tomorrow night? The Sweet 16
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Blue Bonnet Place.
in the actual tournament is going to happen. Will that play a role in both the dashes in the evening time? Possibly.
Turn right onto Blue Bonnet Place, then turn left.
I think this one here is anybody's game. They were both on their A game in the Final Four,
Turn left onto Astor Drive.
and I don't think it's going to be any different the next couple of days.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Honeysuckle Drive.
It's proved to be an even matched series. Didn't seem like that at first, but it's going to be. Well, they're moving right along with this place here. They're moving right along.
Turn right onto Honeysuckle Drive. In 400 feet, 1405 Honeysuckle Drive, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176, USA will be on the left.
Have I had these people before?
1405 Honeysuckle Drive, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176, USA is on the left.
All right, I have to park over here because I can't park on that side. So, all right. I'll take the drinks up first and then come back. Okay. Sitting at $34. Okay. So I can turn this back on. So two items at Kroger, we'll take that. It's going to Waldron, but that's okay.
Pickup at Kroger Shelbyville.
That's all right. We can go to Kroger. We'll stop the DoorDash. So I'll take my $22 on DoorDash. I'm getting $14 to go over to Waldron, so let's go do it. Okay.
Make a U-turn to stay on Honeysuckle Drive.
Now we'll just go this way. Yeah, it's okay. I'll go to Waldron. That don't bother me at all.
Turn right on Bluebonnet Place.
And then from there, we'll have our drawing. Who will be our $50 Penn State winner?
Turn left on Progress Parkway.
All right. Guess it's the night of shopping orders. I mean, I did have a Jimmy John's earlier and an Arby's from Uber, but everything else has been shopping. And I get an extra $2 just for taking this order too on Uber, so that I get, if I did 2 trips, I get an extra $2. So it'll be nice getting that extra $2, especially for just a Wednesday night, just going out for a couple hours. Not bad. But I appreciate those of you that have stayed with me, and those that, especially those of you that stayed with me throughout this entire contest. We only got 2 more days of it. We'll have a winner, and then we're going to go visit some other markets, test those markets out, and see what they look like.
Left on East Michigan
Weather's going to get warmer, and it'll be fun to test those markets out to see what will happen. Hopefully, maybe I'll get a notice from Spark. After all, we got another little holiday coming up.
Turn left on East Michigan Road.
Now would be the time for me to get Spark. Now would be the time. Because next year when I do this, I want there to be 3 apps, and then it's anybody's game. Getting used to the shopping thing. I don't mind doing Walmart shopping orders. Since the majority of it's grocery. I'd be okay with that. We also know that within the next week or two, there are those that are getting close to milestones, and this channel is going to go to work on getting them there.
In a quarter-mile pickup on the left.
Yep. The one thing I don't like about when that tells you that, when you're in the store, it'll still say that you're looking for the store. I don't know why, but it does.
Just ahead, turn right onto Lacourt Circle. Turn right.
All right, more shopping. Let's do it. You only want 2 items. Even better. 3 straight easy shopping orders. Yep. Doesn't get any better than that. All right. Oh, there's a receipt photo. Let's see. I gotta do that. Okay. Hold on. Let me see, should upload just fine.
Head to your drop-off at 9978 West County Road 900 South.
Okay. I know it's probably going to want to take me to the highway, but we are going to take a different way. Yeah, this person had a sweet tooth. Yep. All they wanted was just a big thing of cookies and some ice cream. Must be somebody's birthday.
Turn left, then turn left on East Michigan Road.
Well, there will be a birthday we will celebrate tomorrow.
Turn left on East Michigan Road.
Just to give you some idea. And we need to do something for that birthday. And I think us as a community, I think we can get it done. It's making me go 244. Wonderful. And it's just so nice now that it's not even 8 o'clock. We're getting close to 8 and it's still light outside. I'll still be able to see me drop the person's house that I'll be dropping this off to. That's what I love. This road here though is that it gets a signal gets bad. This is gonna be pretty much even doing both of these. I would have made $50. $1.26 on Uber and $24 on DoorDash. It's not bad. It's about $25 an hour. From the time I started, that's not bad at all.
In a quarter-mile, turn left on East Old State Road 244. Turn left on East Old State Road 244.
I have to check that place out. It's a rummage and bake sale. Man, I wonder if I could enter my grandmother's spaghetti. That'd be kind of, if they're doing a sale. In April, there's going to be a completely different lineup of stuff that this channel will be doing. And probably going to end up changing the channel to Big 3 Dashing and More, because there's probably going to be, especially in the summertime when the orders are down, the more part will be, will do more than the actual gig work, so. Like when I come down here on this run, I'm on this road all the time.
Turn right on South 600 East. Turn right on South 600 East.
As soon as I drop this off and get back, we're going to have our drawing. See who wins the $50 Penn State 210 drawing. I might have had this one person before down here.
In a quarter-mile, turn left on East 300 South.
Only three, yeah, I think I might have.
Turn left on East 300 South.
kind of recognizing this road now. I don't think it was Uber I delivered them. Oh, I think it was DoorDash. House right there, you would think it'd be Christmas. You know, if you lived in that house, it would be Christmas every year with those colors, every day with those colors. Yeah. You'll see it one on the way back. You'll see what I'm talking about. Be to your right. Yeah, I had this house before. I had a DoorDash to that house I just passed once. I think it was Applebee's I gave them. Yeah, it was Applebee's. Well, I'm glad that I'm taking this up there and it's still light out. At least it gives me a lot better chance to see it there because there's no lights here. And it's a lot easier to deliver out here when it's light out. Well, it's a little bit farther than I thought. A little bit further than I thought. Okay, so it'll be over here to the right then. Yeah, this is way out here.
In a quarter-mile drop-off. Drop-off.
Okay.
Caleb T says, leave at door. Please leave on front porch.
I don't know. I think this thing's got me lost here again. I'm trying to figure out where we're at here. I'm not supposed to deliver to an open field. Oh, am I going to have to turn around up here or something? I even on the right street? Okay, what's this address here? I'm not even close. I'm not even close to where I need to be. I am not even close. I'm not even close to where I'm supposed to be. Well, all right, I'm going to have to message him and tell him that the GPS, the GPS has me nowhere close to him. Oh my goodness. All right, now I'm gonna have to get on the other app and try to find this place. Okay, it's 97. Okay, that's 97. Okay. That's 97. But I need 9. I hate this. Okay, now that's the right address. That's the right area, but I don't think it's the right. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm not even doing any kind of gosh, on a day that I'm not even doing any kind of broadcast or anything, I still have to issue a T. Goodness gracious. Oh, let's see. Okay, now this is a different address. So I think they gave me the wrong. I think they gave me a wrong address or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is a different street here. The thing is, the pin says leave a door, leave it on front porch. It says it's a house, but see the address that I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm on the right street. But it's telling me that it's the address I'm thinking this is it, but according to this, it's not right. Yeah, according to this, it's not right. But if you keep going down, it goes backwards. Okay, I'm going to have to get a hold of the customer and find out exactly where they're at. Hold on. Okay. Tell me where you are located. Oh my goodness. The GPS gave me wrong address number. Okay. Can't find you. I can't even do this without there being a problem. And I've got ice cream in the car here too. I think that's it, but they told me it was a different number. Because if you go on down, the number goes lower. And then if you cross the street, hey, Luke, welcome in. Yeah, I have no idea because the GPS told me I was right here. I have a feeling it's this guy. I think it's this guy right there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it is. I'll ask it. He just came out. Let me ask if that's him. I don't think this is the guy. I think this is wrong. No, I'm not at the place. What? Okay. Oh, did they change it? Hold on. Hang on.
Head to your drop-off at 9978 West County Road 900 South.
Okay. All right, let me ask real quick if this is the guy. Okay. Excuse me, did you order Uber? Yeah, they gave me the wrong address. One of your numbers was wrong on here. Sorry about that. What does it have listed on there? Okay. Yeah, I have issues. I just thought it was not public parking. Absolutely, yes, sir. I had actually surprised that. No, yes, sir, nothing at all. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Yes, sir. You as well. Yeah, it was the right house. I thought so, but they had one of the numbers was supposed to be a 7, and Uber had it as a 9. Love it. Okay. Customer came out to retrieve. All right. Well, he was glad that I contacted him because he said, yeah. I said, why did he looked at it and he was like, I didn't give him that address. And I said, well, according to Uber, they said you did. I said, I said, there's no such address here. And I said, that's what I thought. They had me delivering to a field. He said, there's no such address here. He said, he was the one at that there. Then the farther down you go, the lower it gets. I said, that's what I said. And, he was like, they're going to have to fix that. And I said, yep. Well, Uber, yeah. This doesn't go to Ohio State or to Penn State, but it goes to you. Yeah, it was a real nice job there. Yeah, Uber, this is for you. Okay.
Very used to the free throw. And a technical foul call. I think it's on Tim Duncan sitting on the bench. Somebody on the bench for the Spurs. Yep, it's Duncan, who is unhappy with the lack of a call or a call early.
Jeez. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, it's so hard to go a day of dashing without having to issue a T. I mean, it doesn't go to anybody. It goes to the Ohio State thing again. Because, if you remember during their dash, I had 2 pepperoni pizzas that Uber had me take to a field. And that customer we couldn't get a hold of. Oh man, I'm telling you. See, when you talk about March Madness, guys, and this app stuff that goes on, you don't call that March Madness? I call it that. That was just... I wasn't supposed to turn down there, but no, it's down here, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to 600. That's right. Yeah, March Madness. What is it really? Absolute unbelievable. I thought that was. I said it's got to be the house. It has to be. It's got to be the house. It's the only house that I know that's on there. It's like, they gave me the wrong address number. I mean, the last 2 places that they gave me, found the house is just fine. What was the difference out here? Boy, am I glad it wasn't dark out yet. I mean, here it is after 8 and it's still a little light. And you can see the house that's about to come up here. Yeah. That'll show you that if you lived in this house, it would be, that house right there to the right. If you lived in that house, it'd be Christmas ovals every day. Because you got red, white, and green. I mean, it got a little bit darker than what we're usually to see, but I'm sure that if you were able to, click on it and, do a little lighting with your phone, you'd be able to see that better. Hey, Connor, welcome in. Man, ending the dash with the wrong, with given the wrong address number. It was the right house, just given the wrong number. And the same thing again in the Ohio State dash before. They gave the, when they got their second tee on the, in the regular season. There was a McDonald's order, I believe it was McDonald's, that was supposed to take to a particular address. I mean, it was going to the truck stop it was supposed to go, but Uber had it as a different, they had the street name wrong. And so then I put on the other address, and it says, using the other app, and it says, this is where you're taking it. And I didn't think I was taking it, to the right place, and I wasn't. Remember me? Oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, I just see a lot of those that come on that's been gone for a while. Yeah, I remember some of you. But some of the names that Dean and some of them have been given as gift memberships, there's names that have, I don't have no idea, haven't been around for the longest time. I mean, some of the weirdest names. And who knows, one of those names could win tonight. So there's a $50 drawing here in about, excuse me, in about, as soon as I get back to town, there's going to be a $50 drawing. So. But man. Absolutely unbelievable that you finish the dash with an incorrect address. The house was right, but the address was not. It's no wonder it had me go into a field. Customer looked at my phone and he's like, I didn't give him that address. Just like that lady did in the Penn State dash in round 2. When Uber messed that up. It was an Applebee's that went to a house at some house, to a guy that didn't order it. And I told him, I said, this is your address. And he goes, yeah. He said, but I didn't order anything. I said, well, according to this, they said you did. Yeah. And then I get a message from the other customer. It said, I don't think you're near my place. And I messaged back and I said, well, I have your order with me, but but I thought that this was your address because I'm at the address right now. And she goes, that's not my address. And I said, and I told him, I said, well, anyway, the guy let me go ahead and take it back. And I tried to find this lady. So I had to, put in the other address using another app instead of that one. And then I was finally able to locate it. And then I hand I show the lady that the address that Uber gave me. And she wasn't mad at me. She looked at that thing. She goes, I did not give them that address. And I told her, I said, well, I'm just showing you that this is where I was supposed to get us. I did not give them that address. I said, I'm not mad at you. I said, I'm mad at this. Yeah. And I said, well, I mean, you would have had it had they given me the correct address. He goes, oh, well, I said, I know this isn't your fault. So I'm going to call them and tell them that they gave you the wrong address, and they're going to fix that. They're not going to do this again. I said, no, they're not. And that's why I say these two teams that are in the final two, I think of all the teams that had strange dashes, I think both these teams had the two strangest dashes of all. I really do. I think they belong in the top two. I just do. They had the strangest regular season dashes. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing for the $50. And we'll see who wins. And we're not going to let anyone know who, see, those who aren't here. We're not going to let anybody know who wins. They're going to have to watch the replay, you know, to see who won. Now I'm going to be putting a number of posts out because we got a special drawing for tomorrow. Very special drawing for tomorrow. Because we have somebody's birthday tomorrow. We'll reveal it later on. And a perfect gift for this person is to get them monetized. So, and I think we can get that done. Okay. Man, wrong address. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. All right, let's go up here and let's do our drawing real quick. But a little $50 for tonight in the short amount of time I did it. That's not bad at all. I'll definitely take it. Just go up here. We'll have our little quick drawing. Yes, it was after the broadcast ended the other day. After the broadcast ended, the $4 Uber tip came in. I wasn't expecting any more of the tip to come in, but the $4 Uber tip that did came in, it came in 20 minutes after the broadcast, so it does count. Because it was an order that was prior to 8 o'clock. So, and it finally came in. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this. Go ahead and get these ready for the drawing. Hey, okay, Luke. All right, let's do. Oh, thank you, Luke, for that. Let's. Rosebud is now in. All right. Let me go ahead and write her name down before we do this. Let me go ahead and do it. Let me go ahead and write her name down. She might have been in before, but I don't think so. Let me just do it just to do it. Rosebud. All right, Rosebud 9105. All right, Rosebud 910. All right. All right, get her on the blue card. We'll get her in there. All right. And Rosebud, there you go. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and give a cheer for that for Luke. Thank you, Luke. Let's go ahead and give Luke a cheer for that. All right. I'll go ahead and get this set up. Appreciate that, Luke, very much. Thank you. All right. I appreciate that, Luke. Thank you very much. We're just getting everybody ready here to get this started. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I got my yellow ones and my blue ones here all mixed up. Because I gotta say, I'm not gonna be doing that for a while. So, yeah. Because it ends here in a couple. All right. Okay. All right. Grab all my little things. Grab them all here. We'll put them inside and we'll get this ready to go. All right, guys. Let's get ready here. Okay. All right, we ready for this, guys? We ready for this drawing here? I got everybody in here now. All right, here we go. Let's get ready for the drawing. Who is going to win this $50 Penn State drawing? Let's get it a nice little shuffle here. Everyone's in too. Everybody is. All right, I think we got a winner here. All right. Who is our winner? Let's take a look and see. For someone who hasn't been around for a while, and for someone who was responsible for this channel being born, I would say it's pretty fitting, especially with his anniversary coming up. Congratulations to Chuck. I don't know when he's going to have his next Chuck Chat. If he's going to have one tonight, I don't know. I don't know when he's going to have one again. Maybe he'll have one by his anniversary date, but Chuck is the winner tonight. And just while I say that, guys, I mean, I always want to emphasize too, and emphasize the importance of this. And I say this all the time. You are one person away from the biggest change in your life. One person. And for me, when it comes to this gig work and having this channel, Chuck is my one person. I would have never even thought of doing a channel had it not been for him. I'm not sure I would be door dashing today at all with my customer rating the way it was had I not started watching Chuck. Everything changed for me ever since I started watching Chuck, and ever since, I started the channel, everything changed. And why? Because I was watching someone do it right. Watching someone who had customer service, someone who has a heart for people. You don't see that very much these days, but Chuck is one of a kind. And does he deserve this? He absolutely does. He deserves even more for this because of the fact that how he got my channel started. And others too. There are others that didn't get their channel going until he had them as a guest star on his channel. There are a lot of gig tubers that owe their channels to Chuck, not just me. He does deserve this. He really does. Because I can't thank him enough. And I always say this all the time, guys, and I just feel so strong when I say this. That one person can be the biggest influence of your life. That one person could lead you to a job. That one person could lead you to a marriage and family. That one person could lead you to a promotion. Whatever it is, you are one person away from the biggest change of your life. One person. Don't ever forget that. You never know when that one person is going to show up. You never know. And if that one person that showed up in your life at one time was your spouse, there was a reason for that. And instead of thinking about, even if things aren't going the best, try to endure it like Sally D's Reality and her husband. They've been married 40 years. I'm sure you would ask them, has it been perfect? I'm pretty sure it hasn't. Because every relationship goes through trials. But they've endured every trial and they stayed with each other in those 40 years. And they've never looked back. But it's that way with anything. One person can change everything about what's going on with you. That one person. And Chuck, if you watch this in the future, you deserve this. You really do. I'm ever so grateful that I found your channel and that you got me started. And I feel that everyone that comes on everyone's channel should be directed to Chuck. Because there's no one that I've watched that has the greatest customer service I've ever seen. Yeah, no one's perfect. But as far as watching him and getting all this started, I wouldn't have a channel. I probably wouldn't be DoorDashing because of my customer service rating. I went from a 4.67. Within about 3 to 4 months, I went from a 4.67 to a 4.95. And it was all because I watched him. Not trying to copy or anything, just doing things similar. And if you learn to do customer service that way and enjoy what you do, I don't look at this as a job. I incorporate this Big Ten conference doing it the way I do because this isn't just a job. To me, if you shouldn't do a job if you can't have fun doing it. And that's why I say, be the best at your job. Even if you can't stand the job. And there are those that say, well, I don't like what I do. I say, my boss is a jerk, or, I have coworkers I can't get along with, or whatever. I've been there. I wouldn't have the job I have at my W-2 today if I didn't endure 2.5 years of working with someone that I couldn't stand working with. That's how you got to look at it. Sometimes you have to endure things you don't want to endure. But if it's going to make you a better person because you took the time to go through that trial, and when you come out of it on the other side, there's something there that's better, and it may be that one person that enters your life that leads you there. Yeah. Hello again, Vicky. I just challenge, those of you that watch this in the future, and direct people to this if you would, so I can give them the challenge. Those of you who hate the job that you do, or you just dread going to work, or whatever the case may be, take one step of faith, or a leap of faith, however you call it, and just put that smile on your face, even if you have to fake it, and do the very best you can. Surprise your boss, surprise your coworkers, just do something you ordinarily would not do. And just take a chance at it. And do it for a little bit. And see what happens. Because you never know. Especially if you're in the business where you're facing customers from the outside. That one customer could come in and offer you a position. A position that you wouldn't want to refuse. And it could promote you to the next level. That's what Chuck did with me. And I really would like to challenge you guys on that. I really would. If anybody in my future, in this or future streams, tries that, and they get promoted, I would like to know. I love to work only when I wish I still could. Well, there are those that can't. There are those that have to retire. There are those that have that aren't able to because of some reason why they can't, and I understand that. But I'm just I'm just challenging those. There was a reason why Chuck was drawn tonight. There just was. There was a reason why. So that I can give everyone this challenge. Those of you that may know people that feel that way, that they dread going to work, or they hate who they work with or whatever. Tell them to turn that around and try that method that I explain all the time on my dashes and on my live streams. Just test it one time and see if that one person comes into your life and changes the complexity of what you've always been doing. You just might get that promotion. You just might. You never know. But you won't know unless you try. Just like they say in basketball, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I challenge you guys with this. Just try it. All right, well, getting ready to start the final two tomorrow with Ohio State, and we're going to see, what the weather is. There's supposed to be a little rain or something like that, but hopefully it'll be gone by the time they get started. So I'll be putting a post out. We'll have some more drawings and things. So until tomorrow, guys, to be determined. I'm not sure what time we'll get started, but until tomorrow, I will see you all in the future. And remember, we're all in this together.